Hey guys, another month, another trading post. I did my first review of one of these last month. I did ramble on a little bit though, I must admit, so I'm going to try to be a bit quicker with this one. Again, the way that I like to do these is I'm kind of reviewing it in my own sort of take, my own opinion. Obviously, it's subjective, you might completely disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. But let's get straight into it with the Ensemble Plunderlord's Radiant Finery. Description reads, some may call the colours gaudy. Those are often their last words. Now, objectively speaking, this is a nice set. It looks good. It's a very nice pirate transmog. I think the colours are pretty unique, like the yellow with the blue and the green. It's not colours that you see too often in WoW in transmog, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm so over pirates in WoW at the minute. I just feel like since BFA, it's been non-stop things related to pirates. Yeah, pirates are cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I just think they're just overdoing it. And I feel like the first trading post of the War Within, you know, maybe have things that are related to the Earthen, dwarves, the Void, you know, things like that. Like, maybe try to make the trading post themed around the content that's currently out in the game. I don't know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, for me, it's a good transmog. I'm probably going to buy it, but give the pirates a rest, man. Pirates need rest too, you know? But anyway, we've got a new mount, which actually, I love this, I must admit. I mean, it's related to pirates again because there's like gold coins or coins on the back, although texture of them is questionable at best. But yeah, got a treasure chest on the back and things like that. But I mean, it's just a giant crocodile. But anyway, yeah, this one's called Kegleg's Radiant Crocolisk. The description reads, the pirate captain, later known as Kegleg, knew the risks when he rode a hungry crocolisk into battle. Nice. I was hoping it'd have like the guy's severed leg somewhere on the mount. Maybe that's a little bit too much for World of Warcraft, but yeah, I like this. Definitely gonna buy this just because it's a pretty cool giant crocodile mount. But I've got to critique the textures. I mean, these coins that have been like painted on. Yeah, if you get this mount, don't look too closely. Don't look too closely. Then we've got a companion pet, Claudius. Claudius is known for being brutally honest, as well as a great singer. He knows your jewels would look better on him. Interesting. Pretty cute. Nice detailing with the crown and the pearls. Yeah, pretty nice. Not too much of a fan of companion pets generally, but could be a nice addition if you are. We've got the green Brewfest Bulwark. Smells like Brewfest. So yeah, not the best, I would say. I think, spoilers, but this trading post is a little bit underwhelming overall, I think. Especially for the first one of a new expansion, I think could have done way more with it. But yeah, bit of a basic looking shield. I like the tankard like hanging off the bottom with the bubbles coming out. That is a nice little addition, but not the best looking shield overall, I'd say. Got the Alchemist's Bandolier for when you can't risk running out of Noggenfogger elixirs. I quite like this. It's just different. It's as I like this recent trend since, I think probably since Dragonflight, where you're having different back pieces. I'm just going to put my armor back on. TOS. Yeah, I like this trend of having different back pieces. I think it's pretty cool. It's instead of just capes, you know, they're experimenting a lot with different back pieces. So I think this would look nice on particularly undead characters. But yeah, pretty cool. Got the Blade Master's Lively Stones, carved from smoothed talacite. These stones were reclaimed by Lantresor after assuming leadership of the Burning Blade clan. So we've had a few of these already, where you're essentially just getting, I believe it's a chest, yeah, a chest piece, and you're getting like a kind of necklace made up of these stones. But it's quite cool, but yeah, seen a few of them already. I feel like a lot of things in the trading post now are just getting reused and recolored like every month. Got the Frenzied Hat of the Murky Waters. Description, you're gonna need a bigger head. Interesting. You know what, I like this because it's different. I mean, the comedy value is, yeah, you could make, this is perfect for some crazy transmogs. Like, your ultra serious, cool looking transmogs, no, definitely not, but everybody's got a crazy transmog, right? Or at least a couple even, maybe, of like joke transmogs. This is perfect. Maybe like a swimming costume kind of transmog, and you've got the shark on your head. Yeah, definitely think there's going to be some potential there. Got the Plunderlord's Radiant Cutlass. With this blade, you can be both dashing and slashing. So again, pirate themed, kind of a scimitar. Well, I guess it's a cutlass, but to be honest, the blade to me looks like a scimitar. I like the bright green gem on the actual hilt of the weapon. That's pretty cool. But yeah, again, pirate theme, I'm not totally sold. Maybe the staff will look better. Okay, that's pretty cool. The Plunderlord's Radiant Sigil. Blessed by a Tide Sage, this staff has never steered a Plunderlord wrong. I do quite like this, purely because it looks like the wheel of a boat. That's pretty cool. And then I guess you've got this kind of like anchor type design at the bottom too. There's nice detailing in this. Like, it's not just haha pirates, gold and swords, you know? You've got a skull, you've got the wheel, you've got a sort of anchor design. It's a little bit, it's still the pirate theme, but it's different enough and unique enough that I could see some use from that. Yeah, I actually quite like that. The Cursed Copper Crossbow. Ye shall never be sated till all pieces of hate be gathered from the storm. Yeah, I can't talk like a pirate, I'm sorry. I quite like this. I didn't notice this skull there that actually... I can't really get the camera angle right. Is that it looks like, it kind of looks like Illidan's skull. Because of the teeth. No, not Illidan, I mean Gul'dan. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the skull is a nice addition. Again, the sort of textures are not the best, I would say. But yeah, the sort of demonic face on the front too. I think there's definitely some potential there for kind of classic looking hunters. Definitely. Got the Fellglade Warglaive, forged in the Emerald Nightmare from the fell energies of 1,000 demons. We saw a few of these in the trading post last month. Obviously this one's a different color scheme. It's nice. Typical Demon Hunter color scheme now with the bright green. Yeah, it's decent. Nothing too great. Like I say, it's another kind of rehash from the last month. Plunderlord's Radiant Hand Cannon. Sometimes the point a Plunderlord has to make needs to be delivered with a bang. Very basic looking gun, but the fact that you've got this burning fuse on top is a nice addition, definitely. It's a small detail, but it sets it apart. Whether that's actually enough to notice in real like transmogs or like real gameplay scenarios, I'm not too sure, but yeah, nice little extra detail they've added. We've got the Plunderlord's Radiant Neck Severer. Wow. There's no such thing as nearly headless with this axe. Okay. I think the description and the name are a lot better and a lot more brutal than the actual weapon design. It's kind of just, I mean, I like the sort of feather plumage effect at the back and the colours of that, but yeah, it kind of just looks like a quest item. Not too impressed, really. The Plunderlord's Radiant Rapier. A well-armed Plunderlord always knows how to make a point. I like this, but that's personal because something about rapiers I really like. Just as a weapon type, I don't know what it is, I just think they look cool. I've always felt that they're really quite cool weapons. So I do have a little bit of a soft spot for this, I must admit. It is quite basic, but I do like the amount of detail that's in the sort of hilt design of the weapon. That sets it apart, I think, from something like the axe that was incredibly basic, in my opinion. Got the classic camo tabard. Okay, people are going to like this one, I think. A simple tabard for blending in. So this tabard, to me, it kind of looks more like a shirt, almost. Like with the sort of effect at the top and, you know, the stitching and things like that. It's, as it says, it's a camo tabard. I think the color and the design of this being so basic will actually set it apart and let it work with certain transmogs. So decent little pickup, I'd say, for 100 tender. Got the Fine Gloves of the Forest, which, yeah, it's another one of these just really long dress gloves. Perfect for one of Ysera's famed emerald balls. Did they spell Ysera wrong, or is that a different Ysera to the usual one? Not sure. But again, this is another thing that we've been seeing a lot of, so I'm not going to comment too much on it. We just keep getting the same things, I feel. The high-grade blade of the forbade. That's easy for me to say. A well-made blade for a masquerade. Okay, what's with all the rhymes on this one? Okay, I recognize this weapon model. I'm not sure where from. I feel like maybe it's TBC, maybe it's Wrath, but I kind of recognize this model. Hasn't aged well, in my opinion. That does not look good. That has not aged well. Looks very out of place in the modern game for me. And then I'm guessing this is, yeah, the same thing with different color. The Jade Blade of the Forbade. Earn accolades as you break through a military blockade or participate in parades wielding this blade's hilt. Fantastic. Again, same thing. Hasn't aged well, I would say. Can't see many people using that. Got the Trader's Camo Sarong. Same thing. Had about 20 of them in the past 2 months from the trading post. Different color scheme this time. A lot more sort of diluted, but yeah, not brilliant. Oh, I quite like that. The Swabby's Cap. Form-fitting and head-warming. I like this. That looks like, honestly, the kind of hat I'd wear in real life. Just like a basic kind of beanie hat. I actually really like that, especially on my character, actually, on like a human female. Yeah, I'm quite a big fan of that. It's not flashy and everything like that, but it's cool in a different way. I think you could definitely make some pretty cool transmogs with that. Got the Jeweler's Camo Shoulder Cape, same thing, had lots of them recently. A favourite of Kurzen's mercenaries, a shoulder could be discarded to leave a sword arm free for hacking through the jungle. Too many of these recently, just too many of the same thing. Got the Emerald Drape Cape, given to Marithra's attendants to help them blend into the vibrant, verdant hues of the Emerald Dream. I do actually really like this. I have a cape that looks very similar to this one. In fact, am I wearing it right now? Yeah, it might actually be that. I have a few capes that look like this, but they're all sort of purple colours. This one with the vibrant green and a kind of Emerald Dream feel is, yeah, definitely going to pick that up. I have a few transmogs on a few characters that are like green kind of colour scheme, so that'll go really nicely. Simple Copper Staff, not recommended for irrigation. This looks like the Staff of Westfall or something. Not much to say. Can't see anybody really sporting that, I'm not going to lie. Some decent looking boots, the Amber and Emerald Scale Treads. For the Amber ones, blood and muck easily slide off these treads, and for the Emerald ones, the look is dazzling, the feel is divine. These are quite different. I don't know if I've seen this boot design, and if I have, I've not seen it very often. So, yeah, I think for some transmogs where you can actually see more of the boots, so not like mine where they're just covered up anyway by a robe. Pretty nice addition, I think. And then returning, we've got, wow, okay, the Sky Captain's formal attire. Who says pirating has to be so barbaric? So kind of a different take on the pirate. Instead of being sort of swashbuckling, I guess this is like masquerade vibe. I think overall, again, pirate theme, not that impressed, but the helm with this masquerade ball mask, I think there's transmog potential there for different transmogs. So for that reason alone, I might pick this up. We've got the hunter-specific ensemble Trapper's Munitions, which, I mean, that's pretty cool, actually. Do you get to equip both of these at the same time or just one? I'm assuming it's just one. It would have been cool if it was both. But you can have either a bullet pouch attached to your back or a quiver, which... Oh, that's got a little pouch on it too. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. For a lot of hunter transmogs, definitely. For quite expensive though, 500 tender for that. But yeah, I like that. That's nice. We've got the Homebrewer's Sampling Crest. It's not particularly inconspicuous. So again, similar to what we saw earlier, the kind of basic looking shield with the nice detail of the tankard with the bubbles coming off it. But if you've got an idea for like a Brewfest transmog or something, some kind of like beer related transmog, get some lederhosen or something, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Heavily Stitched Wallet. I think this is a offhand. Are the stitches the mark of an easy mark? Okay, now I don't like this purely because I guess it's supposed to be a sack of money, right? But the gold is at the top. You're holding the bag looks full, but the gold is spilling out of the top and just floating. Yeah, that's... I'm reading too much into that, but that's annoying to me. It's a little bit too unrealistic, that one for me. Wow, okay. The luxurious Niffen hat. Were it not for our masterful negotiators, this hat would cost no less than 2,500 tender. Thankfully, it only costs 200. This is a little bit out there. Absolutely huge kind of top hat style. I don't really know what that's supposed to be at the top that's hanging off of a rope, but it's so out there that I like it. It's different. Like, if people aren't going to miss you if you're wearing that as a transmog, right? Let's be honest. So for that reason alone, I like it. Got a lively trappings and vagabonds lively threads. I'm going to skip over these because, again, they were in the last couple of trading posts. Kind of Robin Hood vibes with a hood and a cape. The honed bastard sword. A coarse iron lump of a sword. Yeah, it's too basic, isn't it? And it clips straight through your character. Yeah, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. Maybe if you're going for like a really basic looking Stormwind Guard or something with a two-handed claymore, then maybe, but not for me, that one. Got the Crocul... I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Gisame? Just looked it up, it's Guy's Arm. So we've got the Crocul Guy's Arm. Atoon's Ridge Stalkers require only a stable footing and a steady hand. Very basic looking pole arm, again. Not really for me. I don't really know why they throw these kind of basic transmogs around. There are niche cases for where they're useful, but not particularly great. Got the orange sleeved shirt, clean utilitarian and perfect for layering. It's quite nice as undershirt transmogs go. It's only 50 tender, just one to add to the collection, but yeah, pretty decent colours. White undershirt, if you've got transmogs where the torso is exposed, it could go quite well. Yeah, not too bad. And the sharpened shank, which is just an incredibly basic looking dagger, cuts through butter and everything else. So if I'm honest, a very disappointing trading post, I think. For the first one of a new expansion, had quite big hopes. I don't understand why they've gone with a pirate theme. I don't feel like the game's really particularly in a place that matches pirate theme right now. It just seems a little bit out of place. The mount I do think is really nice. It's not a flying mount though, so won't exactly get much use out of it. If I had to pick one item that the one that I'm probably going to wear the most is potentially the Frenzied Heart of Murky Waters, just because it's a great addition for joke transmogs. But yeah, overall, if I'm honest, pretty disappointing trading post. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.